Hi, welcome back to the channel, TrainStation2. Alright, this St. Patrick's Day mini event is coming about. I'm just giving you a very mini walkthrough. So this is indeed a very mini event. Nothing much to shout about because it's really small. In generally, the period is short. You can see the duration is 17 to 20 of March, and they take the effort to do this, also how to repeat this. This is not something new. This is something that we played before. Nothing much to shout about end of the day. I think it's just an in-between event before the major event comes about. As of now, there isn't any news on the major event yet that I could share. Once I have that information, I'll do likewise do a walkthrough. Alright, so the location of this mini St. Patrick's Day will be happening in Britain. So I'll bring you all the way back to Region 1 itself. Alright, there'll be two characters, also called contractors, involved. Okay, so let's see. This is the materials you're supposed to collect, and by completing those event jobs. Okay, so this is like your event keys, somewhat the same. So once you have collected these materials, you can do it probably to change the reward. And these are the two interesting figures, the two contractors that we're talking about. Fascinating. So you can hear basically it'll prepare the pop for you with a favorite day of the year, basically with your trains, and of course some luck you could do and win. And of course, for those who are pay to win, you could get this beautiful train. You can see here somewhat like a horseshoe in front and then a pot of gold behind. So that's generally how interesting this train is, and so specially designed. But unfortunately, it's not for me. As a free-to-play player, I don't get to have this. Only those pay to win customers, you are able to enjoy this beautifully designed trains. Alright, so unfortunately there isn't a market in the TrainStation2 that can sell trains to the rest of the players. I thought that would be an interesting ad. Alright, so I'm not too sure whether you're aware. Apparently TrainStation2 is trying to do a beta test on having somewhat like a team of players coming out together in a union. Alright, so that's not very happily accepted by people. People already start commenting that they do not really like that. Alright, so probably more of that information will be shared later on. Alright, so just a bit more in terms of the event pass. If you are new to this, went for paying customers, there's an additional top tiered reward on top, and this is what they get. Alright, so but I'm not going to go through that because I'm not into pay to win. I'm free to play. Alright, so just give you a bit of update here in the Train Tycoon, which is currently happening. Once this ends, of course, then St. Patrick's Day is what happened. And how do you actually play your Train Tycoon? Alright, you're just going to do jobs that you can do, and if not, try to bin them away by clicking the bin beside the job. Sometimes you watch a video, sometimes you don't have to. I'll try to do for example train upgrades. Alright, so a cheap way and a fast way doing this train upgrades is to do very old region trains upgrade, and that costs very little. Okay, if you are short of coins, short of parts, you can still do your train upgrades job by doing those in the earlier region. But for me, I'm trying my best to upgrade my current region train, so I'm trying to do that in my current region as much as I could afford. Alright, so of course, you are thinking about reading more about St. Patrick's. Here is the link under the news itself. You can go and take a look at it. Alright, so this is what I've been through with you. Nothing much to shout about. As I mentioned, it's just a very short mini event with a very mini walkthrough I went through just now. It's just a 3 days event. Nothing much to shout about again. Right, don't look forward to it too much. It's nothing that you excite you much. So I just hope that you don't get too disappointed, because this is just like maybe your Train Tycoon or delivery challenge kind of job. Alright, so this mini event not going to give you much as well. In this Train Tycoon, which is the current one that we are going through, why am I so into it? Because of those golden parts. Alright, so if you get first, second, or probably third, you get a good number of gold parts. So that's what I'm really after, because I want to upgrade my legendary train with 80 capacity, ceiling all the way to the max of it. I'm hitting I think 72 or so, so I'm really fighting hard to get gold parts. But unfortunately, in my team, or so-called in my competition ranking chart itself, number one guy is really fast, and there's no way we can beat this guy. Apparently another gem spender probably, or really good in playing this game by being really fast with large capacity, size, fleets and whatnot. Okay, so in TrainStation2, I always urge people not to level up too fast. If you have the tendency to level up fast, just like how you play any other games, TrainStation 2 is the unique game for you. It doesn't work that way. The slower it is, the better it is. Okay, enjoy every moment in your current region. Try to build up your fleet size. Get a good number of legendary trains from events. If you could last in a region for 3 to 4 events, I think that'd be fantastic, because you'll be collecting at least 6 to 8 legendary trains if you get 2 each event. So you just imagine this, you last 8 so-called 4 events, you have 8 legendary trains of 80 capacity, but of course there's no way you can upgrade every one of them. Just upgrade one of them. I think that's fantastic. You can upgrade 2, like what I did. I think in USA I have 2. Oh, that's really good. So what is really happening is, I think, very important. You should be also working in terms of your factory. You can see all my factories are fully upgraded, every single slot. So you are thinking you must be spending a lot to upgrade all this factory. You're not wrong, because I did save up a lot. Previously, before I fully upgrade all the 7 factories, I do not spend a single gem in competition at all. So I will save every single gem that I get from the event, or from the videos, or from whatever possible means. I will just try to put them into the factories, because upgrading factories are so important, because they will act as your good and fast productions. And not only that, they act as additional warehousing. You know, when we have the small warehouse, we all suffer a lot, but this additional space there in the factories helps a lot. So you just imagine this: if you put all your finished products in the output tray, that acts as additional storage. And if you want additional storage for your input tray, you have that as well, and that acts as the additional storage for your raw materials. You can actually cancel away jobs that you have put in the order. So for example, chairs, you can get back your timber, you can get back your nails if you cancel that chair order. Alright, so that's how it work out. I use all these 7 factories as my additional warehousing itself. Okay, so that's another thing to share. Warehouse spacing, factories stays with you forever throughout the regions, whereas trains, you only stays with you during that region itself. But of course, we all know by now, competitions relies on the current region as well as the previous region. That's why if you're thinking that, all right, doesn't matter, I'm just going to rush it through, I'm going to mix to the next region very quickly, because I'm going to start all over again, collecting trains and building out my fleet. Yes, you're not wrong totally, but you're half wrong, because your previous region is equally important, because in the so-called competitions you need previous region as well. So I urge you to build your strong fleet from the start, i.e. from region 1 onwards. If you're thinking, oh, just too bad, I missed this part and I'm already in region 2 or 3, there's no other ways in getting the previous trains except you spend a good amount of gems for a chance to get it, or otherwise you wait for the once a year or twice a year seaport event, which they give you previous regions containers. Again, it's a chance. You may not get that missing train, but it's a chance to do so. I shared my experience before in the seaport event. I did 3 times in order to get that one legendary missing train, because most of the time I'm getting duplicates of those that I already have. So it's important, get all the trains that you could in the current region before you move on. Otherwise, you can't collect them after you have moved on already, and sometimes it's a sad thing that you can't have the full collection. That's what I'm also eyeing for. Again, you may be asking, why do you want full collection? Probably as a hobby, and probably it's just achievement and TrainStation2. So this is the Train Tycoon for you. Currently, you see me struggling to catch up to the top sport. It's not easy, because probably the guy is sleeping right now, but once he's awake, I think the time will be different again. Okay, so we are almost there. Hopefully he's not awake so soon. I'm trying my best to work harder in terms of the timing, so that we can catch up, and we are now at 55. Alright, so hopefully he's still not awake, and I can exceed him by a good gap before he catch up again. Oh no, did I see it wrong? He's awake already. He's 57. Just as we speak, he's awake, and unfortunately that's the case. He'll be climbing into probably the 80s, 90s all over again, and I got a hard time catching again. So it's not easy. You're fighting people of that extreme, but I will try hard. Again, wish you good luck. Get lots of gold parts. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Goodbye.